Hello, today we are working on this assignment here, Systems of Equations, Finding Solutions by Graphing. So please open that. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so go ahead and open up this right here, this link right here, and it'll take you to the lesson, System of Equations, Finding Solutions by Graphing. And take a moment to read this. So if you want to translate, remember you can go to File, make a copy, and then after that, you can go to Tools to do the translation, okay? But this is what we did before. In the last lessons, we learned how to solve a system by back solving, and then later by combining equations and using algebra to solve it. So for example, here's a video that shows, I know it's pretty messy, but it shows we started with this equation right here, these two equations, a system, and we had to change both of them to new equations so that we could cancel out the x's. Then we found out what y was 5, and then we took one of the equations here and we put 5 in to one of the equations so we could solve for x, right? So it takes kind of a while, it's a lot of work, but it's definitely something that we need to know how to do, and something that definitely gives us the answer. But today we're going to find kind of a much easier way to do it by using technology, and so that's the purpose of what we're doing today. Okay, that's our goal today. And so go ahead and read and translate that if you need to. Okay, so the first thing is let's go ahead and get the assignment for today. So I'm going to go back to Canvas and open up the assignment. Remember to open it up in Kami. Okay, so here's the assignment, and I've opened it up in Kami. Now, normally, if we look at question number 1, that's where we're starting, right? Normally we could look at this and we could try to combine the equations and find the answer. But today what we're going to do is we're going to use a different method to try to find the answer. And I'm going to show you how to use technology. Specifically, this website right here is going to help us to enter in the equations and get the solutions automatically. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open it up. Now, if you go back into this Google document here, I put it there. You can just click on it and open it. But it's desmos.com, as you can see. And then you click this button here, it'll open up what's called a graphing calculator. Okay, so once you get there, you'll notice there's a few things. There's the coordinate grid where you can put, where you'll see lines of equations that represent equations. And then there's places where you, so let me give you an example, something simple. Let me do something new here, okay, and then open it up. Okay, so let me start with a very simple equation. Let's say we have something like x plus 3, or let me do Control Z. X plus, let's say for example, y is equal to, 5, right? Well, what are the possible solutions? Well, we could do, there could be 1 plus 4 is equal to 5, correct? So x could be 1 and y could be 4. Or we could do 2 plus 3 equals 5. That would be true. So we have multiple solutions, 3 plus 2, 0 plus 5, right? So, but the point is these are solutions for x and y. So I would put it like this, 1 comma 4 would be that solution. Over here it would be 2 comma 3 from over here, right? So what is that going to look like when we go to Desmos? So remember this equation, x plus y is equal to 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the software. And what we're going to do is we're going to type in x from our keyboard, x, and then we're going to go plus, which is a shift and plus. It's close to the P key. It's going to basically be this key right here, plus y, and equals 5. Okay? Now, what you'll notice when I do that is you see a line right here. Okay? Now, one thing you can do is when you're working with the line after it's been graphed is first you need to realize that these are the x values. Horizontal values are the x values when you graph something. Y values are vertical values when you graph something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you different points. So remember when we had one solution. We had a solution when x was 1, y was 4, correct? So let's go back here and look at, first of all, I'm going to make this, I'm going to take this and I'm going to make the step 1 Step 1, I'm going to get rid of the minor grid lines. Okay, there we go. So I would do that, it makes it easier. But when x was 1, I click over here where x is 1. It's kind of tough to get exactly, but when x is 1, y is 4, right? Okay, so that's a point on the line. Well, what else was there? Well, when x was 2, y was 3. X was 2, y was 3, right? Right there. See how that works? So basically, this line represents all the different solutions that when you put them together would make this equation true. Like, let's take an example over here. When x is 5, what's the value of y? According to this, it's 0. Well, 0 plus 5 equals 5. See what I mean? So these are all the solutions that make this equation true. Now, what if we have another equation? Let's say it's going to be x minus y equals 10. Let's do another number. Let's make it 5. Well, or let's make it, sorry, x minus y equals 2. Let's make it like that. Okay. Why do I do that? Because this equation here, the black line represents all the solutions that make x minus y equal to 2. So when x is 4, for example, what is the value of y? If I go right there, it's 2, right? 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. And there would be a solution up here. 8 minus 6 is also equal to 2, right? When I click there. So all these solutions on all the points on the black line are solutions that make this equation true. So when we solve for a system of equations, we're looking at the one solution that make both equations true at the same time. Simultaneously is the big word. And the place where that happens is where they intersect. So in this example, it is 3.5 for the x and 1.5 for the y. So we get a decimal value. Okay? And, you know, let's make it a little bit easier. Let's say my x is 3. Let's come up with a new equation. Let's say x plus y is equal to 10, for example. And x minus y is equal to, let's say, 4. What values make both of these true? Well, now I've got a new equation, the red one, for this one here. That's my new line for that equation. And for the black one, the new line is, the black line is a new line for x minus y equals 4. Again, there's a lot of solutions for x plus y equals 10. 0 plus 10, yes. 1 plus 9, 2 plus 8, 5 plus 5. But there's only one point, and there's multiple solutions also for this one, but there's only one place where they have the exact same solution at the same time, and that's when x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 3, right? 7 plus 3 is 10, yes. 7 minus 3 is 4, yes. So that's how it works, okay? So if you understand that, then let's go ahead and get the first question from the assignment. Okay, so the first equation we have is 2x plus 6y equals 36. So I'm going to go to Desmos and enter that in. You're going to have to remember it. 2x, 6y, 36. So I'm going to just put my cursor here and type over it. 2x plus 6y equals, I think it's 36. Is it 36? It's the red line, so it's this one. Let me just make sure. 2x, 6y, 36, yes. The other line is 2x plus 2y is 16. 2x plus 2y is 16. So I'm going to change this. 2x plus 2y is equal to 16. There we go. And that's going to be the black line. And where do they meet together? Right there. So that means the solution that makes both of those equations true is when x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 5, and that's the answer. Okay, so it's that easy. 3, 5. That makes it a lot easier, right? Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, so that's all there is to it. You just have to enter in both equations, and where they cross, that's it. But let me show you something. What happens if I entered in the answers and I can't see the solution? Maybe it's over there. Maybe I entered in something and I can't see it. One thing you can do is you can zoom out like that, and you can also with one finger click on it and move it around like that if you need to get to it. So once you enter in the equations, if you don't see the solution, make sure you can either move it around or you can make it smaller until you see the two lines, make it bigger then, so you can click on it and see the answer. And by the way, when you click where the lines intersect, the point of intersection, if you click there, a button will come up and it'll show you exactly where the solution is. Okay, so right now I just see the lines, but I'm going to click or take my finger about right there until it comes up, and that shows the solution. Okay. All right, so the next kind of question is pretty simple. Basically what I do is I just give you the graph already. What basically shows you what I just showed you in Desmos, and all it's asking for is to find the solution. Well, you're doing the same thing we did here, right? Here we went to where the lines cross the point of intersection, which is the common solution, and we looked at the value, 3, 5. Well, keep in mind that 3 is the x, right? So if I go down here, this is the x-axis, that's 3. This is the y-axis, that's 5. So if I have the assignment, I look over here and I say, hey, this is the solution. What is the x value? Okay, it is 3. Okay, and what is the y value? It is 8. So basically 3, 8 is the solution for that one. So that's all there is to it. Just find where the lines meet. So now you're going to have some practice questions, and you're going to use Desmos like it says here for all these kind of problems. And then when you're done on 11 through 15, I give you some of these that all you have to do is find the solution here. Okay, so that's all there is to it. Make sure you enter your answers into Desmos or Canvas when you're done.